Piece of cake. Piece of cake, piece of cake, piece of cake. Piece of cake, piece of cake, piece of cake. Do you want lunch?
Maybe it's secretly listening, trying to get leverage over on us.
Man, we're getting leverage over a cyclone. That'll be the day.
Whoa, what if this one is particularly stupid?
Man, getting leverage over a cyclone. That'll be the day. Why don't you vaporize me? Leverage.
Coming to you from somewhere deep inside Transition Studios, brought to you by your hosts, Roger and Lito. Welcome to Sci-Fi Rewind!
Intro yet? Mm-hmm. So, you know.
Are we recording?
Oh, yeah, we're recording.
Okay.
Check 1, 2, check.
Check 1,
My mic
2.
sounds nice. Check 1.
My mic sounds nice. Check 2.
My mic sounds nice. Check 7.
My mic sounds nice. Check 5.
My mic sounds nice. Check 7. I don't know. I don't know if that'll be our intro or not, but
We'll have to see.
It's fun.
We'll see.
Any hoot. You ready to start?
Well, no, but like whenever you're talking about this film, I don't think anyone's ever ready to start. But
Did anyone really start this film? What's it called again?
Battlefield Earth.
Oh boy.
I mean, technically, on a technicality, I guess you could say L. Ron Hubbard started it when he wrote the book.
Did he finish it, or maybe think it through, or?
Well, finish definitely. Think it through, probably not.
He just. You know what? In a nutshell, I'm just gonna put it out there. This seemed like a first draft of everything. This seemed like a first draft of the writing, of the directing, of the editing.
Hey, take that back. John Travolta gave it his all. He was acting his ass off, damn it.
Right. If I have anything to say about this movie, it's Battlefield Earth, not the 3000 a saga, a year 3000. It's like Battlefield Earth first draft.
Yeah. There's plenty of problems with the film. I know we're supposed to go initial impressions after the pitch meeting.
Yeah.
But there's so much to talk about with this film.
We couldn't even start the podcast without.
Well, we could probably maybe put it on hold for a little bit, but it's just what do you say about this film?
I don't know. You want to get started though?
Yeah. Well, first off, let's. I'm Roger.
And I'm Lito.
This is Sci-Fi Rewind.
We're going to rewind some sci-fi for today for sure.
Yeah, last week it was a thoughtful, insightful look at, maybe George Lucas's most spiritual film.
Yeah.
And, in a certain sense, this was a very spiritual experience for John Travolta as well, considering it's from L. Ron Hubbard, creator of Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's based off a book L. Ron Hubbard wrote. There's a personal connection there. I wish I could say he achieved it well, but he achieved something.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an open mind with this film. I watched it last night. Mm-hmm. I didn't do too much research because I think I want to learn from you, why did you choose this film? And I think that's more. I want to learn that today. But
well, I feel like this is kind of the reaction why I chose this film.
This is what I signed up for, and I'm okay with this. We're gonna do stuff like this. This is fun.
Yeah.
So this Sci-Fi Rewind, we look at films, anything sci-fi, and we kind of take a generational approach. I'm from the Gen X generation, and Roger here is from the Millennial generation.
Yeah, and I just want to little hint. we got a lot of movies lined up, and they're probably the things we have lined up are, from what I understand, they're going to be probably pretty fun to talk about. We got a good selection lined up, and I took this moment to realize we should probably throw in something interesting or something no one in the right mind would go with.
and I applaud that. And I think that's a brave choice. And I think that's great. I think this is what it's all about. We're learning about each other, and we're learning about what makes us tick. And I learned a lot from you watching this movie.
Yes.
And you even tried to tell me, hey, you might want to. You were telling me the other day.
Yeah, I didn't want to give you too much of an idea, but you need to be almost in the right mindset, whether that be with friends who are ready to yell at the movie or laugh at it,
right?
Or maybe under certain dehydrators or something to make you just ready for the mood.
Well, the thing is I'm like, are you telling me to watch this movie and Mystery Science Theater it? And you're like, yes. I'm like, I can't do that. It's not going to happen.
You probably should have.
Yeah. So with that, do you want to get started?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So let's pretend. All right, we're going to be making some changes from our first episode. We learned a lot, and we're gonna readjust some things. We're gonna rearrange some stuff, and instead of trying to act as certain people in real life, for our screen, our pitch session, we're gonna have blank executive. I'll be the blank executive today, and then Roger will be playing blank filmmaker, pitching this movie idea to me. I have the money. He needs to get the money from me to make this film. He's in love with this film.
I mean, this is $1 million idea. How could it go wrong?
Exactly. So, with that being said, let's take it away. Roger. Okay, great. Come on in. I was just about to leave, but let's see. I got a couple minutes.
I'm glad to be here, Lito. I'm glad to be here. All right. So, I know you got 5 minutes or something.
Yeah,
so
my kid just called me. I forgot. I got to take him to baseball practice. Mm-hmm. The wife's busy. I can't. So please, what can I do for you?
Well, trust me. After you hear this idea, you'll say, "To hell with my kid. I'm gonna."
I don't need the fluff. I just need you to get to the point.
Okay. Well, I got this idea for a movie. It's based off of a book by L. Ron Hubbard.
It sounds like you're reading from a script.
I mean, it's not bad to rehearse this kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you did. You got some note cards. Okay, cool.
Yes. So in the far off year.
Hold on, L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes.
The guy from the film strips.
Sure. He's a sci-fi writer. He's written books. He's also wrote a book called Battlefield Earth.
Okay.
And so allow me to give you the basic premise of the story. In the far-off year of 3000 AD, humanity has become an endangered species and devolved into tribal cavemen. Our hero, Johnny Goodboy Tyler,
okay. I hate that name.
Is a man looking to discover what lies beyond the walls of his village, and soon learns the horrible truth. Earth has been conquered by a powerful alien race named Cyclos. Once captured by the aliens, Johnny soon draws the attention of one particular alien named Turl, who notices that the human is a bit more clever than the other prisoners, and plans to use our hero for his own selfish reasons.
Okay. So you got some greed stuff in there. That's cool. That speaks to human stuff.
Yeah. It's a story about... it's almost like a story about man versus nature.
Give me 2 movies that it's like. I mean, I need to go.
Well, have you heard? This is just coming out. Since this pitch is happening right around this time, have you heard of the movies Star Wars: Phantom Menace and The Matrix?
Yeah, those are good. Does it now? Well, okay.
Yeah,
hold on. Are you saying this is the next Star Wars?
Oh yeah. We have a full franchise planned ahead of this.
A franchise?
Yes.
This could be it. I've been looking for a franchise.
Yeah, we're gonna make this. There's a big Scientology religion out there. It's starting to be.
How many people? How many people? What's our market? Like, how many people are into Scientology?
This is going to be a worldwide hit.
No. How many people follow Scientology so we can market this film to them?
Ooh, this is this is like thousands upon thousands of people.
Thousands upon thousands. That sounds pretty low.
Oh yeah, but this is gonna be fake. This is gonna be like word of mouth, Scientology.
So, wait a minute. So this could put Scientology on the map?
Oh, this will probably make everyone take Scientology seriously. It could be the next big religion out there.
Bigger than Mormonism?
Bigger than Christianity itself. This will make everyone a Scientologist.
You want to put that in writing?
Oh yeah, I will put this in writing.
In blood?
Yes, in blood.
Maybe I got something here. I like your enthusiasm.
Oh yeah, and the big guy involved with this, the guy who's like essentially got me responsible.
Who's my star? Yeah, who's my star?
Yeah,
Give me.
John Travolta.
You got Jon Travolta.
Yeah,
you got him to sign. He's attached.
It's not even he got me. It's more like it's not even I got him. It's more like he got me.
What? Oh, so he pitched it to you?
Yeah, he pitched it to me, and I just had to try and make this all work out. I just got to get this.
Let me ask you something real quick between me and you.
Oh yeah.
You think you can throw down a couple bucks on this? I mean, this is his idea. I mean, maybe we can meet like 2080 or something like that.
Yeah. That's
okay. Well, you got the idea of this. How much you think this is going to be? I mean, you're talking big budget. You're talking like special effects.
Yeah, what we have planned, we're gonna require quite a bit.
How much money? How much?
Around 73 million.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Are you serious? Stop. Bring it back.
Yeah, I know.
Gulp. Okay, stop. 73 million.
Yes, I know that's a big offer, but imagine
who do you got directing?
Yeah,
because like, what are we going to be like? We need some. We got Jon Travolta. That's cool. I'm a big Grease fan.
We actually,
so this is going to work.
We actually,
I love it so far.
We're eyeing this one guy right now.
What's his
Roger
name?
Christian.
Who?
Yeah, he's
who?
He worked on the original Star Wars. He worked on the original Star Wars,
we
and
have
he
a
was
Star Wars connection. I love this.
he worked on. He was second-hand unit for Return of the Jedi, and he's working on Phantom Menace at the moment.
He is.
And
what is he doing?
He will be the director.
Okay, I know, but what is he doing now? Like, what's his background? What's his skills? Like, what? I never heard of this guy.
Well, for the original Star Wars,
yeah.
he.
I mean, because like, if you're talking Star Wars and Matrix, the Matrix is huge right now, and Star Wars is a phenomenon. Like, and then you're talking about it could open up a door for a new religion. I mean, this thing's got legs. I'm loving this. I'm going to call my wife. I'm going to say, like,
well, he was a Oscar winner, Oscar winner, set director, decorator for the original Star Wars.
For the original Star Wars.
And he was the art director for Alien. He was Oscar nominated for that one as well.
Oscars. We got Oscars. We can market that. We can use that.
Second unit director for Return of the Jedi.
How about we just Oscar winner, Star Wars Oscar winner director.
Oh yeah.
I like this.
We also for other actors.
Okay.
John Travolta's a little old to play the main character. He probably would have. But have you seen Saving Private Ryan? I
love that movie. I wish we actually had that screenwriter in the office, and we said and we passed, and we that one hurt.
So we have Barry Pepper involved. The guy
Barry Pepper
in Saving Private Ryan. He played Private Daniel Jackson. He was
the sniper.
Yeah, he was the sniper.
What?
Yeah, he was the sniper.
That was like my favorite character.
Oh yeah, he was so good in that film, right?
He's attached to this.
Yeah, and I'm certain he's going to give a charismatic performance as the lead actor.
Is he a Scientologist?
I don't believe so, but he probably will be.
What? So this is turn him. So like this will be the little.
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone will see this, and they'll just.
I don't really see him as a lead actor, though. Like the lead good guy. I don't know.
It'll work.
But he was like a perfect like supporting character. Like, and was he in that Green Mile? Like I thought he was good.
Oh yeah, he was in the Green Mile.
Okay. All right. Just like the build and. I don't know, the look, he's got the baby face, it just doesn't seem to...
I know, but it'll be like a fresh out of water story. We'll get to see
tell me
character.
about the love story. There's got to be a love story. Talk to me about the love story.
A love story?
Yeah, there's got to be a love story.
The
romance. The romance lovers.
Yeah, I suppose... There at Johnny's village. There's a girl for him. Yeah, waiting for him. And,
okay,
and
good. A girl. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just waiting for him.
Waiting for him to what?
Oh, and also Terrell, played by Jon Travolta. He has a lady that he's gonna get married to.
Okay.
Played by Kelly Preston, Jon Travolta's real wife.
That's his real wife. So she's definitely on board. So we got Kelly Preston, and we've got Jon Travolta, and then we've got Jackson from Saving Private Ryan. This is a can't lose combo right now.
Oh, and it gets a little better.
And you're saying there is a love story.
Yes, and we're throwing one more actor in there.
Keep it coming. I already told the wife. I already paged her, and said, I did the upside down thing, and gave her a little code on my pager to tell, hey, I'm at work for a couple more. You're stopping me from leaving.
We've got on board Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker. Wow.
Yeah, he'll play he'll play Jon Travolta's second in command. He was really great in Platoon. Forrest
Whitaker?
Yeah.
All right. Is he a Scientologist?
I don't believe so. This is just like, this is the beginning. Every skeptic needs to just kind of be introduced a little bit.
Okay. So Jon Travolta and Kelly Preston, I mean, I'm sure they are. But so this will be the intellectual contagion that will spread the word of Scientology. And then we can have Forrest Whitaker and Barry Pepper convert to Scientology, and it'll just continue from there.
100% guaranteed.
Anyways, I'm not worried. You know what? I'm not in the Scientology business. I'm in the movie making business. Let's worry about that. Let's focus on that. That's the market. I'll worry the marketing department can worry about that, and making up cool posters and all that to kind of like tweak. So we're talking like, okay, how many books did this L. Ron Hubbard book? How many did it sell? Was it a New York bestseller? Talk to me about that story. You know what I mean? Well, this has got to be a good story. If Jon Travolta is down, and we got this awesome Star Wars director. Let's talk about the background of this thing. Let's talk about the book. How many did it sell? How many? Give me the numbers. I need the numbers. I'm a numbers guy.
Well, it sold pretty well.
Okay.
With Scientologists.
Sure, I'm sure it's got its target market, just like anything. I mean, everybody has a niche. Everybody's got an itch that needs to get scratched.
This one, I assume it did pretty well. I was not really fully aware of how well this book sold.
All right. Well, you can give me the numbers. Just let me know, and it's got to be good. Because if Jon Travolta wants to make a movie about it, I don't see how it could have been at least it was, published and consumed. I just want to make sure there's people out there that are going to watch this thing, because I'm going to put it out there. My first instincts are it's a little out there. So I just want to make sure we get our money back.
Well, the book seemed to have sold 1,000 copies.
100,000 copies?
No. I'm sorry, I got that mixed up. 1,000 copies.
Okay. You know what? I believe in you as a person. And if you're coming at me with this story, tell me a little bit more about the story then. Break it down. What's the struggle of the main character? What's the main conflict? What's on page 25 of the script? What's the inciting incident?
Johnny's father dies, and then he just decides to leave. And then he runs into more cavemen outside of his village. And then he's captured by cyclos, who are like giant warlike. Their appearance is that of like giant warlike Klingons, and yet they're also businessmen.
Okay.
It's such a unique idea that no one really sees before.
You should probably stop talking, because the more you talk, the less enjoy this. You kind of had me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've found more information. The book seems to have sold 150,000 copies.
Okay, good.
Yes, there we go. It earned $1.5 million. I'm sorry, this took a while. I was a little unprepared for that one. I guess it must have been he sold sold on opening day or something. It sold 1,000 copies opening day.
Oh, opening day.
Yeah,
sold 1,000 copies.
Yes, a lot of information to go through here. And John Travolta's character is so unique, such an interesting character with so many layers.
Like an onion.
Yes, like an onion. He's working
Listen,
at
I think I'm gonna go back to taking my kid to school or to the baseball practice. But hey, if you can get Jon Travolta to pay for 90% of this, you can use my production studio, and if he's on board with paying his part and making this happen,
hey.
then I'm on board, and you can use my studio, and you can use my equipment and my sets and my special effects department and whatever he needs, as long as I know how to pay the bill.
Hey, good to know. All right, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And good day, sir.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Just out there for the audience,
End scene.
This studio that was responsible for this Franchise Pictures, this film caused the company to go bankrupt.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
see, what do you like? If I give the basic premise of the story,
Yeah.
it feels like it could work. But then when I have to go to the specific details, you go like, how could you ever sell this?
Right.
And so I had to imagine.
they had to have, in my opinion, the only way this got made is someone didn't have to pay for it. I think someone else came up with the money.
Well, I feel like a big portion of the money went to John Travolta, like of the budget
Yeah.
or something.
That's the way. It's the only way that something like this gets.
Well, I mean, I imagine the Scientology thing, like, I feel like it was on the rise around the 90s and whatnot.
Sure.
And so maybe there were like probably executives out there who might have been Scientologists. Maybe they were like, hey, we might be Scientology.
Do you think maybe they've got lenders, like Scientology lenders? Maybe.
Okay, wait. Maybe I remember. I'm remembering some stuff. There was things where it's like. So apparently the book had a lot more Scientology stuff in it,
Okay.
and there was.
Okay. So the book was the idea of this movie was it was supposed to pique interest, and then you're supposed to go buy the book, and then you're supposed to like learn Scientology.
Well, I imagine
Or
that.
be-
I mean, it was a passion project for Travolta.
Obviously,
he was
yeah.
he was so on board. I think the idea came from where it's like he got a signed copy of Battlefield Earth by L. Ron Hubbard, and he tried to get it work. He tried to get it out there, and
All right. So let's kind of get it back on track. So what's your initial thought of the film? I think I've already explained mine.
this movie's hilarious.
That's the thing. When I was watching it, I'm like, is this a comedy?
I know, right? like so much of the stuff. Here's an idea of what this movie was like for me. I took some notes.
Yeah.
I took quite a bit of notes on THX 1138 last week.
Mm-hmm.
I took this like tripled the size of the notes I had with THX 1138.
Okay.
I just had constant questions. like the first 10 minutes
Yeah.
of this film are insane.
Well, I don't understand this film's like main theme, like main like idea, main like the
There-
driving force. Like what are they trying to say?
So here's the thing. This film is chock full of ideas that I could see working, but they're executed so poorly.
And that's not, and that's just our personal opinion. But I mean, if you look at like the public opinion, and like an
This has a
DB
3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
3%.
Yeah.
And then what about on on other sites, the one that I use the most is IMDb. And I was surprised because it's getting a 2.5 out of 10. I've never seen anything this low.
Yeah, it's something. It's definitely
That's with 80,000 people reacting to it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fun experience. I watched it with a friend, and we were just almost shouting and screaming at the screen because we were just in that mindset just to make fun of it, and it's just like one of those things that will break your brain watching it.
I mean, but I have to admit there was a couple things that I liked.
Oh yeah, no. Like, let's try to go with that right now. Let's try and go with the things we liked.
Okay.
One thing I actually do like is that there are so many films out there where it's like aliens or beings from other worlds will arrive on Earth, and they'll go like, "This planet is so special. I really like it here."
Right.
Here, I like how the cycles are just like, this planet sucks.
Yeah, this planet is.
I don't like being here. I want to go back to Cyclo.
Right, and I think they referred to it as hell at some point.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting concept. It's just like, oh, they somehow know about hell.
Exactly. I don't know if they let that slip or but that's okay because Star Wars does it. So.
Oh well, I mean, like in that regards, like I guess it kind of, Star Wars does it, but here it's just kind of like it's so weird to think that aliens have a concept of hell.
Exactly.
And also,
or it could have been like their version of hell because we're kind of hearing like, because they explain it in the movie, which was like kind of the cooler parts to me is a little bit of 13 Warrior, where our hero Johnny learns the language and learns how to communicate with these cyclos. How do you say their names?
Cyclo. It's like psycho except cyclo. And you think it might be a pun on like psycho people, like oh, this person's so crazy, he's a psycho. But apparently L. Ron Hubbard just hated psychologists and psychoanalysts. And he's like, just full of crap. I'm just gonna like make fun of them.
Right.
And it's like. L. Ron Hubbard did not like science. He was not a science guy.
Okay. Then I'm.
But I'm pretty sure, in certain regards, it's just like he didn't care about science and he hates science and he doesn't want to like.
Wait, but then he calls his religion Scientology. I don't want this to be a religious.
Oh yeah, no, it's very odd.
Yeah,
it's very odd.
So I don't know. I think. I think we should stay on track here with Battlefield Earth.
But there's so much. So yeah, the first 10 minutes are jam-packed, nuts. When you like, you want to spend time at the village to try and get to know these characters.
Yeah.
But he's gone in the first 2 minutes, basically.
I know it's very fragmented. The editing and then the shots and then like the composition in the shots. Like there's like shots that are like off angle.
Oh yeah, Dutch angles.
What's going on with that?
Well, apparently this is told in the commentary track. The director or someone wanted it to look like a comic book.
Oh.
So yeah, I have this. This movie's notorious for the Dutch angles.
Oh boy.
The slow-mo shots.
Yeah.
And the wipes.
And not even that. It's like there's no I had no idea where I was in this film.
Oh yeah, I have to say this.
What's the word I'm looking
audience,
for?
If you like watching films where you tilt your head like this, it's for those who
can't see that.
Yeah. This is more so for Lito, but to those who can't see, if you like watching your films at tilting your head at a 45-degree angle, then this film is the movie for you because you're just gonna go like. There's a scene, in the Ghostbusters video game where ghosts cause havoc in the Ghostbusters headquarters,
right.
And like stuff is thrown all over the place, and the TV is flung, and it's tilted in a way where it's like.
Well, it reminds me of like the Batman, like the early 70s Batman, Adam West Batman show.
Yeah.
Like when they show the bad guys, they would tilt the angles and everything.
I mean, when you do a Dutch angle, it's supposed to create uneasiness and you're supposed to feel uncomfortable.
Okay. I think
that's what the Dutch angle is supposed to do. You're not supposed to do it throughout the entire film.
No, I don't think it was executed effectively at all. And the editing was completely. There was no continuity between shots. Like we'd have our hero Johnny fighting John Travolta, and then get him in this angle. A bunch of cavemen would show up, and then the next thing, our hero is running slow mo with windows exploding behind him,
wildly flailing his arms.
Yeah, and I'm like, what happened to John Travolta? He was just standing there. Like, where did he go with his arm missing? And he's just like, oh, my arm is missing.
Oh, yeah. This is the thing. People don't react to, like, life-threatening wounds.
Oh, my goodness.
Forrest Whitaker gets his hand blown off. Like, spoilers all around.
Yeah. This movie's been out since 2000, if you haven't seen it.
Forrest Whitaker gets his hand blown off, and he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, I guess that happened. And John Travolta gets his arm blown off, and he's just like, eh.
It's all gone, and he's trying to look for it, and he's just like, where? I had an arm there just a second ago. They're not. The aliens are completely like alien, but they think they're so smart. But
that's what makes it funny. This is like one of those things where it's like, is it supposed to be intentionally funny?
Yeah, and then they're always laughing after everything they say.
Oh yeah,
and it's all about leverage.
Yeah.
Do you have leverage?
I have leverage over you.
Yeah, I've spent 20 years. I have spent 20 years trying to figure out how to get leverage.
Oh yeah. It's like that's something I actually like. John Travolta and Forrest Whitaker. I like how John Travolta is trying to teach him how to be efficiently evil.
Yeah,
it's just like.
And then realistically, like the point of the movie doesn't get explained until about an hour in.
I feel like the point of the movie is almost like nature versus science, or nature versus technology.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll talk about like the themes, but like struggle here, like the actual plan, the actual action that the characters are going to take. Like literally took an hour to get to when Johnny and he's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take over. We're gonna put a nuclear bomb on their planet. Like that took like an hour. That should be like 25 on page 25. That should be like in the first 20 minutes or something.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing. This movie doesn't even cover the book, the entirety of the book. It gets the first half.
Oh, there's more? There's
more, and apparently, from what I've heard, the second half is just not as exciting, and it's just more like politics or
how their planet's gone.
I mean, there's still probably colonies out there.
Well, the thing is like, and then there's another thing about that, is like their planet, the shot when the planet was blown up was like the same shot of like their setup on Earth. And
you're just looking for those shots where it's like, oh my God, it's a normal looking shot. It's a normal looking shot where it's like it's framed not at a Dutch angle, where it's just like, oh, it's like the shot's horizontal. It's, oh my God, I'm looking for this. And you see shots where it's like home planet Cyclo. And so you look at that, it's like, oh, thank God, it's normal. But my friend, when I watched it with him, he was like, no, it's at a Dutch angle. It's just, you think it's normal, but it's actually shot at a Dutch angle.
Oh my goodness.
Just because that's not how it's supposed to look.
I think who's the cinematographer on this?
Cinematographer on this.
Who's the DP? Who's
Oh God, this is good. This might get to
whoever that person is.
Giles Nutkins.
Okay, whoever you are, Giles Nutkins, please chime in.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
is he a real person?
He's a real person. He also was the cinematographer. For Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water.
Yeah, like. This is a fake. Like, he's done good stuff.
Okay, then why did he mail this one in? Why did he not bring it for this one?
Paycheck.
You just needed a paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, this happens. People could go like, "Oh, I need money."
I'm looking at his page right now. Oh, he did an Alona Holmes. I haven't seen that, but okay. The Deep End. He's best known for Hell or High Water. In 2016.
And this is definitely a film where it's like everyone involved, except John Travolta. He's probably like, I wish people would forget.
So he got work after Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, he got work after Battlefield.
Man, people must have been desperate.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, Adam Sandler's...
not to be mean, but I mean, this guy, like, I was thoroughly unentertained,
Well, I mean, this is the thing.
and a lot of it had to do with the way it was shot.
Well, I mean, say what you will, but at least that, like, if it were shot normally, it might not have gotten as much recognition. You just go like, just why did you shoot it at a Dutch angle?
We've covered that. I don't know. Like, this is, I don't know. Like, did he let his assistant kind of run with it or something, or get in his ear or something? I don't know. He needs to explain himself. We need to have a Comic-Con, and he needs to be on like one of those panels, and he just explain to me. I'm not going to speculate. Like, what happened? Why is this horrible?
There's this one moment where it's like Turl sees a security camera.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've gotten blackmail on you, Forrest Whitaker. And then he sees a security camera, and it's the worst shot ever because it's a Dutch angle.
Yeah.
But you know, we don't.
Who was in control here? Like, do you think there was someone behind the scenes? Yeah,
well, I imagine John Travolta was
who was the person pulling the string? Like the director? Who was the one calling the shots? Like,
it's hard to
terrible
say.
Pun, but I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, who was the person that decided? Yeah, let's do this. Let's have fragmented.
I really do feel like this might have been just a collaborative effort. Too many cooks in the kitchen kind of scenario. I imagine John Travolta was the guy behind. I want to say John Travolta was the guy behind it all, but Roger Christian might have been a thing.
Yeah, like obviously John Travolta, because like if he's the money, then he's got all the say. So they have to listen to him. But I mean, this guy, what's his name? That cinematographer again, Giles Nutkins. I think he needs to explain himself a little bit, and as well as the editor. I think these people need to be.
Oh God!
But you know, they've continued to work, so obviously it didn't. You know, it was just a speed bump on their careers.
Oh God! There was this one shot where it's like they're getting blackmail on this one guy whose name is Planet Ship.
Okay.
Planet Ship Numph.
Yeah. Right.
And it's like, oh, you know, we got blackmail on you. I could turn it in, or I could shoot you. And it's like, you know, it's John Travolta. It's pans down, his hands on the gun.
Right.
And it cuts to the guy they're getting blackmail on. And then a second after it cuts to him, it's wipe. And it's just like, what was that?
Yeah, and let me talk about the guns. Like their laser blasts or whatever are very like they're underwhelming.
Did you notice when the first time they get to the city and it's like, you know,
the city in the dome?
Yeah, in the dome. They're in the dome and
Yeah.
Barry Pepper's trying to make an escape for it and run away.
Yeah.
Well, it's that scene. But when it's like, the cyclists are like, don't kill him. We need the workers.
Right.
And, you know, the guy does it, and the gun says stun. And it's just like, why is it in English? This is a problem with the film. It's like, it's hard to. You're constantly going like, how is the communication happening in this?
Well, the thing is like it's hard to take. I think you were almost there. It's hard to take this film seriously because there's so many problems. Like I said, I don't think they did much writing or rewriting. I don't think they did much re-editing after the first initial cut. I don't think they did much directing and as far as the director and the actors. I don't think they did much prep work. I don't think they did much. Like I don't know what they were doing, like what their strategy was, but they must have been in a hurry to make this film or something, or something, because there's a lot of problems. And
I think they just wanted it done. I think it's just like, oh God, this is a nightmare to do. Okay, let's just do it all, and then we're done.
The special effects look like they're still in work in progress.
Sometimes they look okay. Sometimes.
Sometimes. I don't know. I can totally tell there was a green screen or something.
Oh yeah.
At some of the shots, especially when they were in Fort Hood area, anything with the Fort Hood.
And that stuff is remarkably it remarkably holds up. Like just the technology there, the fact that you're able to use Harrier jets 1,000 years without any proper maintenance.
Right, 3,000, 1,000 years.
There's no
after.
dust at all.
No dust. No, it looks good. Well, there was a sheet over one of the tanks, so that's fine. Plus, like there was a simulator that they could use. Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Oh, you know what? That reminds me of when our hero comes on this. You know, he goes on his journey, right? And he sees that he's in some sort of city, and then he meets those two cavemen. Mm-hmm. And one of the cavemen was the guy from Waterworld. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that guy, the guy with the like the light eyes.
Are we talking the fat one or
no, the other one?
So the one who's like his best friend forever?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That guy. And I'm
Tim
like,
Coates.
Okay, cool. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We got a guy that's gonna come in to get killed. But like he's in the whole movie, and I'm like, oh, you're not the type of character or guy or actor that should be like supporting a movie. You're like, I'm an actor. To me, like that actor should just get killed. But so I was just kind of thrown. I just like, you're still in the movie? Well, oh wow, okay. I guess you're a big big actor in this film. I was surprised. I mean, not to be harsh, but so I was. You know, Waterworld is considered like one of the worst movies too. Yeah. So this guy just does not have a great track record. But anyways, I was thrown off a lot in this film, and it's easy to take shots at this film. I don't want to be that type. I don't want to be that harsh and critical. I mean, there was some cool stuff in it. I don't know if I got to say what I liked, but I liked how they did kind of pull off that the Cyclos, I don't know, the Jon Travolta alien guys.
Yeah,
how they were bigger than the humans, and I think in some of the shots it kind of worked for me. That they did pull off, like they're taller and they're slower and they're bigger and everything. But there was some where it didn't, but they still, like most of the time they did pull that off. I was kind of cool with that. I liked how they looked, the hands and stuff. I liked them. They all looked the same, but they still looked a little menacing. And
I almost want to disagree with that. They look the same. There's some wilding variations of prosthetics on certain cyclos.
Okay.
Like John Travolta looks normal.
Okay.
But then there's other times where it's just like they look like lions or something. It's just like some of them look like beasts, and I go like, how are that? Why do they look so different?
Yeah.
Like, pick a consistent look or something.
They all wear the same clothes, but
yeah.
But talk about those characters or that look. It kind of reminded me of like a Klingon, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Wrapped with a tree beard from Lord of the Rings.
With dreadlocks.
With dreadlocks of the Predator. I think that was kind of like the whole the combo of everything.
But it's like warlike figures, but also businessmen.
Yeah, shrewd businessmen, and like ready to cut each other out, and it was all about gold.
These guys somehow beat us and have been able to conquer multiple worlds. I don't know how.
Right. And it's all about politics and keeping John Travolta down. He's thinking he's going to get off world and in a better position, but
to be fair, there's a certain point. There's the point where he's like he gets held up for a promotion, and
right.
He's stuck on Earth and everything, and you get that little bit of like sympathy where everyone's like laughing at him.
Yeah,
you didn't get your promotion,
right?
But then you see how he acts throughout the film, and you're like, yeah, no, you deserve to be here.
He was so mean to the bartender because there was like an awkward conversation where the bartender was like, "Hey, we got that deal, right? You're not going to turn me in," and he's like, "No, I didn't say I'm not going to turn you in." And he's like, I didn't say I was going to turn you in. And like that little
until you stop providing useful information,
right?
Which you now no longer have. So goodbye.
And he's like, wait, you just said that you weren't going to turn me in. And then he's like, so like, it was kind of awkward. It was
yeah. There's so many conversations that are so awkward, but I feel like there's certain things like Jon Travolta's character, like certain elements of his character that work. Just a guy who's so overconfident in himself, and it's just like, oh yes, I am the greatest. I will never acknowledge my own faults whatsoever. Everyone is wrong except me, and he can't accept his own like. His ego is just like. It could fill any room whenever he's in there. It's just he's so in love with himself.
Well, let's talk about the main plot, which is Jon Travolta and Forrest Whitaker trying to get this gold mined. They need the humans.
They can't go there because the areas are highly radioactive,
which they can't be around
because it's like it will blow them up basically.
Right.
Because they have what is the word here? L. Ron Hubbard was so good naming things. He's just like, such clever wordplay right there. Gas bags or gas breath.
Right.
It's just like our gas breath won't react well with radiation, but somehow humans could go to radiated areas. I mean,
yeah, and then they give the humans those little nose things so they can breathe inside of their kind of like atmosphere,
and vice versa. They wear cyclos wear their things when they're out in
humans,
in our atmosphere.
Yeah, and they had it was kind of like weird, but like the gold was like not in a cave or anything. It was just in a bank. Right.
Well, okay. So
did I get that right?
The gold. I
have no idea.
They were supposed to mine gold.
Right.
And they were supposed to like just get like essentially gold ore.
Right.
But like while Johnny at a certain scene, Turl takes him to a library and he learns like where Fort Hood and Fort Knox are, and he goes like, yeah, this gold stuff is probably not. We probably won't get enough. We're just gonna go to Fort Knox and take all the gold that's there, and Turl won't notice that we've smelted it at the bars.
Yeah, we put it in the bar, and they even talk about it. It's like, we figured it would be better if you had it in a bar form or whatnot.
It's even like, how do you not know that they, like, how can you not think? Hey, it's a little weird that you guys were able to smelt gold.
Right.
Like how? So there was.
But the whole time they're plotting to rebel, and so that's what their real plan is. They're just kind of like buying some time. There is kind of like a ticking clock, but there kind of isn't. It's kind of weird.
They have the cavemen have a week to learn how to fly Harrier jets.
We haven't even talked about the Harrier jets. Oh my goodness, cavemen flying Harrier jets.
Yes.
Does it need to be explained?
No.
Okay, good. Let's not even talk about it.
I mean, it's just like it's the dumbest thing in the world.
It reminded me of like Independence Day, when everyday people got to learn how to fly the plane, and then and shoot at the aliens, and they're doing fine, and it reminded me of the same thing.
And that's the thing. Just the word caveman popped up. So humans act like human beings in this, except for when they start acting like cavemen for certain random scenes.
Yeah, yeah, like when they get really excited, they turn back into cavemen.
And it's just like, pick one.
Yeah.
You have to pick one.
Yeah. And then
either they are dumb apes or they're less civilized people.
I don't know.
Oh, and the naming of the characters are awful.
Yeah.
Like, it's been 1,000 years and people are more primitive and whatnot, but you got Johnny, you've got Chrissy, you've got Robert, you've got Mickey, you got Sammy. It's just like, they should be like more primitive names.
All right. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. It's not for me. Mm-hmm. The film was not. I did not. I didn't think that it was anything that I was. I didn't agree with much of it, but what I did like about it, there's still something I like about it, I haven't talked about, and that's Jon Travolta's character. I don't know his name. I don't really care to know his name. Terrell. Okay, fine.
Terl. Turl.
I don't.
It's like a trailer park name.
You keep saying it, but I'm not absorbing it because I don't want to waste my brain energy putting that somewhere. Anyways, he takes Jackson, Barry Pepper, and throws him on a chair, and then essentially like downloads all his information for his world and his species into Barry Pepper, and then Barry Pepper like takes it, and then he goes away for a little bit, like he kind of like stops, but he's like, I gotta go back for more info, like I need more input, Mr. Johnny Five, and he goes back and he learns how to talk to him, and he communicates, and
math is like the universal language.
Yeah, math is a universal language. We get a little math lesson with what is a triangle, and
this is going to come in handy later.
Right?
No, it doesn't.
No, yeah, not even remotely. So I thought that was kind of cool though, like, because that's how you kind of like you have to study your enemy to kind of find the weaknesses and exploit those weaknesses, and that's what happens.
That is something.
But it was kind of awkward that like John Travolta set him on that path. Like, what? Why would you
it's
do
due
that?
to his own hubris, where he thought he was so better than humans that he wasn't willing to acknowledge like his own faults. It's like, I came up with this idea, and it's the best plan I could ever because I was the one who thought of it. But it was making me think of this one idea of how you can make the film better, where it's like Johnny becomes more like Cyclos because due to unnatural reasons, due to like machinery and everything. It's like due to Turl's influence, he becomes more like a Cyclo and everything. And it's just almost like becoming your enemy in a way. And I thought it would have been a neat idea for it's like, and maybe Turl, maybe as a character thing, it could be like he is all business and everything. He's kind of loyal, but as he starts to get closer to the humans and understands them better, maybe he in a more natural sense, compared to what he's doing to Johnny, in a more natural like evolution kind of way, he's kind of picking up some of their rebellious habits. And I thought that would be an interesting idea, but it's just kind of like, no, he's just kind of evil from the start. He's just looking for his own ends. And I thought, if you were to change some things, maybe try to do that. Maybe it's just like almost an irony where it's like he thinks he's so better, but he throughout the film he does take on more human qualities, and it's just like, he would never want to admit it. But
all right, so that's kind of. You're kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but we'll revisit that in a minute. Let's kind of, I think we're good with the initial thoughts. Let's go ahead and talk about our history with this film and some nostalgia with it.
Well, so I guess I'll talk about my history. I've always heard that this film was bad, and I've always heard people make fun of it. Just in like reviews and whatnot. It's just like, it's one of the stupidest films ever made. It's everyone's top 10 list. And I was just like, I've never seen it before. I want to check it out. And I had to be like in the right mood. And so like, it's just like in this occasion, okay, pick a sci-fi film, anything you want to think about, we'll do it. And so with this occasion, it's like, this is a good chance to like talk about a film that, so why not take this chance to finally check out Battlefield Earth? And while you say you don't quite care for it and you don't have that much fondness for it, I was laughing hysterically throughout this entire film. It's one of the funniest movies I've seen. It's the funniest movie I've seen all year so far.
Okay. We're a couple of days in. Is that?
Oh yeah, we're just a couple of days in so far, but just. Every scene John Travolta is in is hilarious. There's a boardroom scene where everyone's just like laughing at him. That guy in charge of everything, who's just appeared, his performance is hysterical. We've decided to keep you here for another 50 cycles. With endless options for renewal, with endless options for renewal, with endless options for renewal. And then the way he laughs, where it's like he has no reaction, and it's just like a switch turns on. He goes like,
I don't.
It's the stupidest thing ever.
I know.
And then there's like the immediate scene afterwards where it's just like out of nowhere, John Travolta's like, if I had known that was the senator's daughter, I wouldn't have. It's just like, watch your tongue. And it's
boy.
It's just like, what?
Anyways, yeah, which he's not only, John Travolta's character is not only like a complete, psychopath, but he's also, a womanizer, and whatnot. So, also, which makes a good villain.
Oh yeah, he's a Saturday morning cartoon villain.
For real. So my nostalgia with it, my history with it, is I remember when this movie came out, I was kind of excited for it. I had to admit. I don't know, for some reason, because Jackson was in it from the Saving Private Ryan. John Travolta's, always doing something cool, even though. So it's actually, I was kind of like I think I was going to go see this.
Oh, yeah.
But what happened was, I don't think it got great reviews.
Oh, yeah, no. It got so many bad reviews upon release.
Right. And I would kind of like watch reviews of movies, and in the newspapers, I would go see the A movies, right, when they were, and this definitely, I don't even think this got reviewed, so I just kind of forgot that it was out. I don't remember it being in the movie theater. I think I might have saw some of it on on cable, and oh, Battlefield Earth, like, cool, let me go check it out. I watched like maybe a couple minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to watch this anymore. I'm done. Like, this is horrendous. Like, Jackson's got this mullet. Like, no.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand this. Like, this is not good. And John Travolta looks like a Klingon, and they're like talking around, and they're standing around in a circle like Star Trek. And I'm like, okay, I don't think this is good. And so I just stopped watching, and that's all I remember. And I've kind of forgotten about this movie until you said, we're going to do Battlefield Earth, and you had that smile on your face, and I'm like,
it was like almost immediately after the first episode was done, where it's like, okay, I gave that little hint. Okay, Lito, what John Travolta science fiction films do you know? And he was like, Battlefield Earth, and there was a look of horror on his face, which is so worth it.
So, mission accomplished.
Yes.
So he did do Pulp Fiction, and it was 94. So,
oh yeah. His sudden resurgence probably
right.
was a good, like, was probably a factor into why it's like, okay, well, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Wait, you gotta cut out all the Scientology stuff, though. Everything in the book that's like Scientology stuff,
right?
You gotta cut that out.
Okay.
And somehow it still like turned out terrible.
It did. Like I said, I don't think it was all one thing. I think it was a combination of everything.
Oh yeah, I really do feel like it's a too many cooks in the kitchen scenario.
I hope that's what happened here. So, like I said, I didn't look into too much detail because I didn't want to do much research. I don't want to know too much about this movie, but can you tell me some stories behind the scene of?
Well, I know
happened?
that J.D. Shapiro, the screenwriter, is essentially really disappointed with how it turned out.
Oh,
and
it's too bad.
When the Razzies came out, he got nominated for Worst Screenplay, which he accepted in person and proceeded to make fun of the film. John Travolta, Scientologist, and he was desperate to get this film made. He was like passion project for him.
Yeah.
He's proud of the film to this day. Not many other people on the project will probably say the same thing.
John Travolta is?
Yeah, John Travolta.
So maybe he's the one who was pulling all the strings and like saying, no, use that shot, use this shot, turn the camera, give me the Dutch angle. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is John Travolta's kind of like directorial debut. We don't even know it.
Director.
Unofficial, yeah.
And as I said, Franchise Pictures, it's ironic. It's very ironic. This film was supposed to be it was like pitched to be a franchise. There was sequels planned, and yet this is the film that pretty much caused Franchise Pictures to go bankrupt.
And I see here it was distributed by Warner Brothers, which I'm kind of surprised by. That's a big company. And also, like, how did Warner Brothers not go out of business after this?
Well, I mean,
picture?
I imagine that it's just probably like, it's not as big of a hit for us. We're probably going to be fine. This is more so on Franchise Pictures. This is more so probably on Franchise Pictures, I think.
Okay. And then looking at the numbers, they came in. It did cost them $73 million.
Just to let people know who might not be aware of this.
Yeah.
When you make a film, you have to when you need when you make a budget in the box office, you have to double that budget in order for it to be considered a success. And so this film's box office was $29.7 million. And
yeah, we're getting that numbers right from Wikipedia. I mean, we're not strangers to just straight up. You can see the numbers for yourself.
It's and you look at the rest of Franchise Pictures films, and it's just like, oh God, it's just they just kept getting. It's very recently we watched the Kanan Films Pictures documentary. And this film feels a lot like that. Where
it does.
They were counting on hits. They were counting on hits, and they kept throwing money at projects.
Right. Electric Boogaloo was like the name of the documentary.
Yes, Electric Boogaloo was the name of the documentary, and it's like we're going to keep throwing money at these projects and whatnot. And we're gonna make a franchise out of this. And they just kept bombing.
Bomb after bomb, but some of those movies I thought were good.
You got Boondock Saints. You got.
Boondock Saints.
Yeah, that's what Franchise Pictures did.
They did Boondock Saints?
Yeah.
I love that film.
Yeah.
That wasn't a bomb, was it?
I think it was
in the box office, but not VHS tapes.
Cult following.
Yeah, not VHS.
Yeah. But it just kept. They also made Critical Darling, Ballistics, X versus Silver.
Okay, I don't know.
That's what referred to as one of the worst films ever made.
Yeah, they seem to have that market cornered, but except for Boondocks, I'm good on that one. They struck gold there, but it happens. All right, so how can we make this film better? I think you already mentioned.
Oh yeah, I had some notes on how to make it better. Things I would change. Spend more time at the village, get to know his life before leaving so we can get to know the characters better. Mm-hmm. The dad subplot is useless.
Yep.
You have us give a reason to care why the dad died, because when he gets there, the opening is him arriving. It's like, I got the medicine, I'm going to help my dad. And his girlfriend's like, your dad died. And it's just like awkward slow motion as he tosses something, even though like
so many weird reactions.
He's at his dad's grave, I think, for a second, and then it's just immediately dropped. Have the entire film be from Johnny's perspective. Don't ever
right.
Don't have subtitles for the cyclos, so we can never really tell what's going on.
Yeah.
I'd say leave this up to interpretation, where it's like you could kind of make your own interpretation as to what's going on. Where there's this one scene when these cyclos are going to just kill him. And they take off his nose and whatnot, and you could I think it would be all right to kind of go they're probably just making fun of you or something, just maybe making bets, see how long you go. That's what's going on there, and I feel like maybe you can get that interpretation out of it. It's just they're just kind of laughing at him, and just going
everything's and it's funny because we're in on the joke. Are we should we laugh with you? Should we laugh at you?
Well, I feel like this was intended to be a good film, and that's usually what the best bad films are, when they thought they were making a good film.
Right. These weren't foreign directors this is all American films.
Oh yeah,
making films for Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not like the Electric Boogaloo.
I mean, they're just the main character's name is Johnny,
right? And
Johnny Good Boy Tyler.
I'm just trying to find where everything went wrong. Who can we blame? What's the catalyst that started this just mess?
L. Ron Hubbard.
I don't know.
I
don't think that L. Ron was he on set?
No, he wasn't on set. He was probably dead around this time. But he wrote the book.
Well, then he can't be blamed.
But he was the catalyst behind it all.
No,
he wrote the book, and then John Travolta was like, "This would make a great movie."
Is it John Travolta?
Well, I mean, it was his.
I'm talking about the person who said yes to this, and decided to make all the decisions, and greenlit everything, and made this.
Well, if that's the case, I guess John Travolta would be the one to blame. Okay. He was the one who was really pushing for this film to get made.
Okay.
He was trying so hard.
I had 117 minutes, all right, of my life were ripped away from me. And I want to know.
You say ripped. I say Bolston. It's just.
I want to know who I have to be upset about.
I mean, you can blame me if you want.
You didn't make the movie.
I mean,
you just made me watch it.
I forced you to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know if you understand. Okay, so if I'm coming across as upset, I am.
I mean, I guess I would blame the guy who just said yeah, let's do this.
I know.
It just greenlit it.
Right.
I mean, you reap what you sow, because this, this essentially led to. I mean, they made movies after.
Sure.
This was a 2000 film, and their last film was in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
But this was essentially what led to it. Where it's like we're probably gonna have to stop making movies at a certain point, aren't we?
Right. So, how I would make this film better?
Oh, can I?
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, just.
Oh, okay.
While I enjoy Turl for the wrong reasons, and maybe right reasons in certain regards, I think his motivation should be more vague and up for the audience to figure out. Commit to a more tribal vibe for humanity, but make it more obvious when Johnny becomes smarter, because he kind of acts the same.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there could be a nice template for like a hero's journey with this, where it's like, there's the village back home, and maybe he goes back, but it's just like, because he's smarter and everything, he can't really stay there anymore or something.
Right.
There's all these
This
ideas.
is great. These are great points, man. These are great.
I look at this film, and there's just these things that are brought up to me, and I go like, I see that, and I can see how it could be done better. Like the final fight with the jets.
Yeah.
Get rid of the jets, and maybe just have it that they're just using bombs on top of it. Maybe it's just like, maybe just have it that they're climbing the dome or something.
Right, and then they had bombs like that. The dynamite, and just they kind of did it.
Yeah.
And instead of like planes, they place dynamite everywhere and just blow it up.
Or something like that. Just little
Something cavemen would do, not fly airplanes.
You need a no man on this movie. You need someone to say no, but it looks
Right.
like everyone said yes to everything.
Everything was greenlit.
It's not just like a George Lucas where
Yeah.
it's not like a George Lucas where with the prequels where it's like there was no one to say no. It's not like one singular individual.
Yeah.
It's like everyone threw out an idea and no one said no.
Right. There's a skit that Key and Peele did about Gremlins 2 and Hollywood's sequel Doctor.
Yep.
I highly recommend everyone go watch that on YouTube. Key and Peele, sequel Doctor, Gremlins 2, whatever. And it's exactly what we're talking about.
This sounds familiar, but
Okay. You can watch it later.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing. So how I would make it better. Are you done?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I would get a new editor. I would re-edit the whole thing. If it has to be shorter, so be it. I just think the editing was atrocious. It was the consistency, the continuity was off all over the place. I didn't know where I was.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know like what part. Like there was just. It seemed like I was just too close to everything.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get it like a long term view of anything, like an outsider view. Like everything was just like first person everything, and so I just need like new angles. I need the story to be rewritten a little bit. I would start at the screenwriter and kind of
slap him in the face.
I would have him sit down and be like, let's outline this first before we write it, and let's not turn in that first draft. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's rework some sections. I would tell the director to give better direction with your actors. I just don't understand what he was going for, and doesn't seem like a Hollywood movie to me. It seems like someone's student film.
It feels like one of the more expensive student films out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there are certain like sets where I go like, that's not bad. That's not terrible. It's better than it just being full CGI.
Maybe the director should go to before he directs this film. Maybe take a directing class.
Well, so I gotta look up what Roger Christian
just
has
learn
done.
a little bit how to talk to actors to get the best performance out of them.
Well, I don't think
and then
he
when you're in the editing booth, try to choose those shots that you were like, yes, that was the one where he really nailed what he has. And if he can't do that, then maybe he should stick to being like a set decorator. Okay. And then
yeah, it should be set decorator or something. It could be like this feels like did you ever see those Annabelle movies or Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
I saw Mortal Kombat.
Annihilation?
Is that the one, the animality? It's my animality. It is cool, no?
Yeah, that's Yeah, that's the one with Animality.
Okay, yeah.
The director of that, he what did he do before? He was a cinematographer and he did some stuff.
Right, and I understand, challenging yourself to a new role, but I think this was a very ambitious film, and it needed someone who could tackle all the different aspects of it, and and if this guy was mainly like a TV director or something, I just think this is like way too much of an ambitious project. I think that maybe he should have, asked for help.
Yeah, I think in regards of this, it's like it's like the guy who directed Mortal Kombat Annihilation. He was more known for cinematography and stuff like that,
right?
Doing all these other things, but as a director, it's just like it's not that great.
Directors need to worry about the actors, and worry about the acting. That's all. And if he's multitasking with set decorations, because that's like his passion, and he's not worrying about the acting, then, because to me it seemed like the acting was out of control. Like there was no motivations behind anything. There was no.
It felt like the director was just going, just do things.
Yeah,
do things.
Yeah,
just act like a Saturday morning cartoon.
It says it on the paper. Say what it says on the paper.
Say what it says on the paper. This will turn out great.
Yeah.
And then they shoot it, and it's like, that's probably the best take we're ever gonna get, aren't we?
Yeah. Or we don't got time for another take, or we're about months behind.
No. It's like you realize it's the best take you're gonna get. It's just like I don't know how to deal with this anymore. It's like first day of set. I just imagine them going like, all right, we're going to get this ready. And then, all right, everyone, action. And then the scene ends. It's like, we should probably end this as soon as we can.
Yeah. Maybe they saw the writing on the wall when they wrote this. Jon Travolta's probably in makeup for like 5 hours a day before he gets on set. And he's probably very upset. And they're like, well, let's not make him mad. He's the boss. Let's just shoot the scene and, we'll call lunch. You get him fed. Like, I don't know. Something happened here. And then why is one thing, I'd have more diversity in this movie. Or Forrest Whitaker's in it, and he looks different. But like he's like the only looking different type of alien.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I would definitely like mix in a couple of more, so he's not just like kind of singled out.
There's that one alien that we see right before he goes into the knowledge machine, right before Johnny goes into the knowledge machine. It's just like, hello, I am a weakling alien.
I don't know. I'm like, that's what I'm like, this is a comedy. And I'm like,
he's
this
so
is
pathetic. I can't take this movie seriously. It really feels like it's supposed to be a comedy. There's this one scene where it's like it cuts.
What's the one, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Like this is totally like the Scientology version of Hitchhiker's Guide.
But there's this one scene where it's like it transitions from from a boardroom scene to like humans like holding a cart, and it's just like as soon as the wipe ends, just like rocks fall from the sky and land in the barrel, and the framing is a comedy shot.
I don't know.
It's so funny.
Did some of these people who worked on this film intentionally like did the worst work possible? So like hopefully it didn't get out and their name didn't get tarnished. I don't, is that?
Well, it could also be it's just like it could be that they saw the writing on the wall. It's just like this is funny. Does no one realize this?
I don't know.
Like seeing Jon Travolta act, and it's just like, are we the only ones who think this is funny?
So anyways, moving on. What's our interpretation of the meaning of the film?
Nature versus machines?
Okay.
I think. Because like
I'm thinking,
our guys come from like, nature and they live in nature, but the cyclos are more technology based.
Okay.
And maybe it's like a mixture of the two.
That's what you see?
I don't know. You're telling me to find meaning in Battlefield Earth.
Yeah. L. Ron Hubbard's. Why did he write this? What is he trying to say?
Well, there's...
What do we think he's trying to say?
Well, there was a lot of Scientology stuff that was thrown out, so it's hard to tell what he was trying to say.
What came out in the film? What was like, okay, they're like, okay, let's pick a couple.
Well, if I recall correct,
ideas.
if I said this before, I don't think L. Ron Hubbard cares for science all that much.
Okay.
So I think, it could be, it's like we're gonna go against technology and things like that. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe all these questions are what's supposed to lead you to Scientology. I don't know.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. So what I'm saying is, I think this movie's about greed. Mm-hmm. The aliens are getting greedy. The humans got greedy. And
did we? There's no implications as to like all that, because it's just like we have no idea what civilization was like before it got blown up.
They just got invaded.
They just got invaded.
All right, so I'll I think you're right. You're right on that.
I mean, there's definitely. I feel like there are maybe some jabs at capitalism, maybe because of like business and whatnot.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah, you're right. They didn't really talk about the humans and what where they were at. But I mean, they kind of showed the buildings and nature overgrowing.
Slavery.
Yeah, that was the aliens slaving the humans because they talked about dogs. This is kind of weird. Like this one scene. What is that?
Clearly, they are the superior race to man animals.
Man, a rat brain.
Gas breath.
Oh my goodness. So, I think it was mainly an invading force trying to take over somebody else's territory and exploiting their resources. Kind of like, the United States taking over Native Americans, or what we got, like something like that, or anytime more technologically advanced society takes over any kind of like an indigenous type of person, or because I mean they even say that all their weapons and everything they had, they put up a 9-minute battle.
Yeah, 9-minute fight, and yet somehow we were able to use that same technology to beat the Cyclos.
Exactly. I know the same technology and the same weapons and the same. So, I think that's where they were going with, and then throws the green in there with the gold and capitalism and just stuff like that. So I think that's what they were talking about.
It's hard to get interpretations of a film, what they're trying to get out of when they use a first draft.
Exactly.
For the main script.
For the main script was not rewritten, or somebody looked at. I mean, I think there was a couple writers, but like I don't know, they didn't check each other. A little bit, just run this story through the, a rough, like read, Save the Cat, and then write the script. Okay, don't pretend you're a screenwriter, and write a script, from start to finish, and be like, this is genius work. Like, nope, it's not. It's not going to work. You gotta have some structure. You gotta have some rules. There's some rules. You can break the rules, but like at least know the rules and learn the rules first. So Save the Cat, it's not even a hard read. So Save the Cat could have saved the Battlefield Earth. You never know. All right. Any final thoughts before we get to the recommendations?
This movie is an amazing comedy, but you need to be in the right mood to watch it, and you need to have the right people to watch it with.
Yeah, I guess this is definitely one for a Mystery Science Theater type of watch. In my opinion, it cannot be taken seriously.
And you shouldn't take it seriously. This whole movie is a joke. This whole movie feels like a joke. It's one of those films where it's like you're supposed to make fun of the film as it goes, and you taking it seriously is going to probably drive you insane.
Right. Or lead you to learn more about Scientology, which is, if that's what you want to do, go for it.
If you're willing to pay to get in.
You got to pay?
Apparently, there's whole, like, levels where you need to, like, pay in order to get to, like, higher levels of the church.
What?
Yeah. Be careful if you're thinking about going to Scientology. Maybe try and do some research.
Yeah, definitely check that out before you go down that path. It sounds like a cult.
Yeah,
to me.
probably is.
Okay. And if that's your thing, that's cool.
Just, be careful and be sure it's something you really do want to get into.
Absolutely. I mean, we all have free will here, So, all right. How about some recommendations?
Well, as I was watching it, Matrix and Star Wars came to mind. But what also really came to mind was Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
More so than not. The remakes, reboots that came out recently.
You stole my thunder. Yep.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and War for the Planet of the Apes. That was the big thing where it's like, if you do the movie kind of like this, like maybe more primitive, and they get smarter as time goes by. And maybe Johnny, because he was the one who got into the smart machine, maybe he became like a messiah figure or something. There were all these things that were just popping in my head. It was just like, maybe that would be an interesting idea. Maybe that would be cool. Those are the movies that come to mind here.
Okay. Outside of the ones I've mentioned, like the 13th Warrior on Independence Day, I would definitely check out Planet of the Apes as well, for the fact that Johnny Goodboy, is that his name?
Johnny Goodboy Tyler.
Yeah, thank you. Johnny Goodboy Tyler learns how to speak the language.
Yeah.
Much like in Planet of the Apes, there's the name's escaping me.
Caesar.
Right? Caesar learns how to speak English, and he can communicate with humans, but also identify as an ape. So the apes are like, wow, this is awesome. Plus, the cavemen make the same noise as the apes do in Planet of the Apes, which kind of like, whoa, is this like a Planet of the Apes ripoff? But it's the same kind of like logic. Knowing your enemy, being able to communicate with your enemy, so you can kind of find flaws in your enemy that you can exploit and eventually conquer your enemy. So that's what happens in the Planet of the Apes. If you like that kind of storyline, check that out. If you like invasion movies or invasive species, so Starship Troopers is a good one.
All right. Yeah.
And that kind of plays with some of these themes that Battlefield Earth kind of has. Also War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. That one's got like an invading species, and they think they're so smart, but little things that we have kind of, and we're trying to fight them with bullets and tanks and everything. And, we find a way. So that's a good one to check out. The 13th Warrior. And, I don't know. Any kind of, and go watch Saving Private Ryan if you want to watch some good Barry Pepper.
Yeah. Or there was True Grit that came out a while ago.
Was he in True Grit?
Apparently he was in True Grit.
Oh, the TV show?
No, the movie. It was
the one. Oh, the new one.
Who
was the lead actor in that?
That was.
Was that our guy?
No, that was the dude.
The dude, Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was in that movie. I can't remember exactly what his role was.
Okay.
But.
Yeah, True Grit. That's good. Yeah, watch anything. Like Barry Pepper's good. Don't watch him in this. Watch him in his other stuff.
Check out Maze Runner. Those aren't great, but at least it's better.
Right. I don't know why he took this film on.
Paycheck. I imagine everyone involved probably was in it for a paycheck.
Right, but I mean, the potential career-ending film. I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling, but
Well, I mean, it also could be like there was the idea of franchise, and it's like, oh, maybe I can make. Maybe this could be my start. Maybe this could be like a franchise for me. Maybe this will be something to get me known.
Okay.
And then you start to see this, and you're just like, oh God, I don't want to be remembered for this.
Right. I'd never seen this movie, but I saw some similarities in just how it looked a little bit, like the main character, like Johnny, because he was wearing the same clothes throughout the whole thing. I don't know. The John Carter stuff.
John Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, I could maybe
sounds a little familiar.
A little bit. Yeah, I think maybe you can check that one out. I'm actually gonna see that movie because it's there's some Star Wars stuff in there. So I don't know. What are you watching today? That's kind of like a probably affecting the watch here.
Affecting the watch. Not much. Still kind of on Daredevil, as I said last week. Recently, I saw Uncut Gems for the first time, so that was a fun watch. But aside from that, I'm not really doing much else. I have no other real recommendations to throw out.
Okay,
well, I guess I could also say, like, to any guys who like watching film reviews or things like that, people going into detail, I'd say check out Red Letter Media. They are really good at their jobs. They're go into detail about films and like behind the scenes and things like that. And they're also very good at making fun of films. And part of the reasons why I wanted to watch Battlefield Earth was because of their review of Red Letter Media's review for Battlefield Earth. They were in the right mood and the right mindset, and they, got a group together, just started watching it, and just started laughing at it. So,
okay.
Red Letter Media, check those guys out.
All right. I've been watching. I finished. I binge watched Cobra Kai.
Ooh.
I love Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I love it. It's one of my favorite shows. I can't believe it. It's like.
Is it over?
Season 4?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
I watched Ghostbusters 2, the movie.
Okay.
Because it was like a New Year's movie. Mm-hmm. Watched it with my little one. So now we're ready to go watch Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Okay.
So I just kind of wanted her to watch those two before we watched the new one.
Oh, yeah, and that's... sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I don't know anything about it. Watched The Black Stallion. And watching The Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
Huge Star Wars fan. And so Book of Boba Fett. And I'm actually on another podcast called Clone Army Radio, if you recognize the voice. My name is, my code name there is Commander Quattros. So I don't know. Just letting you know if you're ever into we've been doing that a couple years, so we've got a whole backlog of Star Wars stuff. If you're looking for some cool Star Wars talk, I've got a whole channel devoted to that. That's how much I love it. I do it with my friend John. He's 5s, and if you're ever got some free time, go ahead and check it out. Clone Army Radio, a Star Wars podcast. Cool.
As you were talking about new movies, I do remember I did see the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh, good.
As a guy who has enjoyed the recent Spider-Man movies and hasn't really enjoyed anything to come out of Marvel in Phase 4. I really enjoyed the new Spider-Man movie, and I think it's worth checking out.
Okay. All right. I think we're going to wrap this up with a little bit of tease of our next film.
Well, if I could just take a moment to just say one thing. You could cut this out if it's a little too much, but I just want to say to all pet owners out there, cherish the time you have with your pets, because you never know when they might, when it might be their time to go. That's all I got to say on that.
That's good words. No, that's an important thing to say. Thank you.
But
all right. Our next episode, we're going to have our first guest, and then we're going to have a bunch of guests. We're going to line up a bunch of guests because a lot of people are excited about the show and want to do it here at the studio. So we're going to just go through a bunch of guests, and then when we don't have a guest, I'll pick a film, or Roger will pick a film.
Yeah.
I think I'll pick the next film, Raj. Mm-hmm. Just so we can kind of keep the cycle going, and then we'll go back to guests. But we're going to go through a bunch here, and we're going to see what they like, and run them through the gambit, and see how they would pitch the film that they love. And all I got to say, it's pretty bright in here.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty bright. So we're going to leave you with that. All right.
Take care, everyone.
Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I think we crossed over into Washington.
No, we're still in Colorado.
What? That's impossible.
No, I've been watching. We haven't crossed this line, I swear.
You're not paying attention.
Carlo, you let him navigate. You watch what I'm doing. You're gonna have to fly this on the way back.
What? It's impossible. We couldn't have crossed all these lines without me seeing one.
Well, we did, okay? The lines must have just faded over time. Here.
I'm gonna fire all my wives and buy new ones. Maybe pretty ones this time. Kurt Bango.
Congratulations. You finally learned how to get proper leverage over someone, haven't you?
Uh-huh.